Okay, so SmackDown 1000 is done. I will say significantly better than Raw 25. Keeping it in one venue worked well. I thought they did a good enough job in doing new things, keeping storylines moving forward. I'll discuss the storylines here. And they did a good job bringing in certain people for pops. The Cutting Edge with Becky Lynch, thought that was great. Oh, the Charlotte coming down, beating the daylights out of her, it worked well. It was a good segment, short to the point. The Truth TV segment, which I thought that was canceled, but anyways. Bringing out all the McMahons, doing the dance-off. As Vince said, the East stands for entertainment. It was entertaining. Showing lots of the former GMs. That worked. Fine with that. Did a nice job going through some of the history. Would have been cool if The Rock could have shown up. Or Cena. But you can't always get who you want and who should be there for some of the bigger moments. Was great seeing lots of things with Eddie in them. It's always sad that some members of the SmackDown 6 we can't talk about. For obvious reasons. The Evolution bit. Evolution having not been on SmackDown, they were almost a Raw exclusive one. But both Orton and Batista were very influential when it came to building the Blue brand. So that made sense. Batista. Good job with that. How he loved it, how the things I know about Rick. Rick going for the fist bump and Dave constantly like either not seeing it was kind of funny. And then being like, whoa, no. You keep it in there. And then swinging the mic, swinging it low. And I was like, oh. You could tell they were dying in the ring. Until the crowd appreciated it. It was a nice, kind of off the cuff feeling to it. And when he ended with, you've done everything, but you haven't beaten me, Triple H, and I was like, ooh. I remember Batista has said he wants to do one more match. Tyrant match against Triple H. I think Triple H has gotten to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm going to hang up those boots pretty soon. Be done with it. I think that one last big, I guess, end of an era or last time forever ever till Batista finds someone to tag with, and then Generation X takes on The Rock and Batista. But it worked well. It was weird seeing the Big Show heel turn for no reason, which is Big Show's thing, unless he is joining the Bar, making the Bar a three-man group. But then you have the Bar as a three-man group, the New Day as a three-man group, the Shield is a three-man group, the Dogs of War are breaking up. Unless Drew's going to go on his own to reform 3MB. I don't know if it's going anywhere. I doubt the people who write for the E think it's going anywhere. But we did get to have some matches related to the World Cup happening at Crown Jewel somewhere. Maybe in a kingdom. Potentially. But I'm very underimpressed with who they've got for the lineup. It's the World Cup. All people who were born in the United States. Close first, Rey Mysterio. But still a U.S. citizen. Born in the U.S., raised a lot of his life in California. Spent a lot of time in Mexico, making him a tremendous Mexican wrestler. Who's one of the most Americanized luchadors. Okay. But no Rusev. No Finn Balor. No Sheamus. No Cesaro. No Andrade Cien Almas. No Finn. Might have already said Finn. But Finn should have been there twice. A lot of people where it's like, oh, at least Shinsuke had a match for it, as did Drew, as did Rusev. And I was like, oh. Now, if they didn't want to make the trip to wherever Crown Jewel was going to happen, okay, it makes sense not be involved in the card. That's fine. So now we'll talk about a little about the build-up for Evolution, the pay-per-view. So we've got SmackDown title match, last person standing, should main event between Lynch and Charlotte. Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella for the Raw title. They've got 2 weeks to build it into something beyond you're in my spotlight. I thought you were my friends. I want my spotlight. I'm gonna take your arm. And your twin's arm too. If I take both of your arms, can I put them on different bodies and will they still work? If I break her arm, will you feel it? NXT with Kairi Sane taking on Shayna Baszler. Oh, Baszler and Rousey on the same card. And they're part of the 4 horsewomen of the world of mixed martial arts. The Mae Young Classic finals, which it's already been announced, but I'm not going to say it because people might not have watched all the way through it yet. Okay. A tag team match between 2 retired wrestlers, a currently kind of injured wrestler, and 1 still full-time wrestler. It's neat seeing Trish and Lita back. I've talked about it for a while. They should bring back some of the legendary women to do some things. This just seems really odd. Because out of all the people you put this tag team against, like Sasha and Bayley, or the Bella Twins, or the Iconics, there's a lot of women that they could really work well for this spot. Most of those women are going to be involved in random battle royal. But hey, it's history making. So far, I have reservations for the tag match, just because there's a lot of ring rust in that ring, and if one person is kind of currently somewhat injured, it means Mickie James has to work pretty much the entire match. Rousey, Bella. If it main events, I'll just go to bed early. I'll be able to stop watching, cut my review, and then catch the results the next morning. Becky and Charlotte, that is the storyline currently going on in the WWE Universe. That should main event. First time ever on the main roster for a last person standing match. That should main event easily. Looking forward to it. Mae Young Classic final. That should be really good. NXT Women's Championship, again, should be really good. The 3 matches that Baszler and Sane have had are actually really good matches. Another one? Sure, do it. Like to see it. Random Battle Royal is Random Battle Royal. Winner gets a championship opportunity. You need to know if it's, at Survivor Series. If they put NXT women in there, could NXT women choose the NXT title or the Raw or SmackDown belt? Do you just get to take your own title, your own brand's title? Okay. And I'm the build of Crown Jewel wherever it happens. I'm not touching that portion of it. I'm just going to do just the build. Bald Shawn Michaels and Bald Triple H as Dad Geriatric X. I'm a huge Triple H fan. I've got 2 tattoos that are Triple H related. One his logo, one his signature. It just seems really weird to have them come back as DX. I know it sells merchandise, which is fine. But even the photo they've got of them where, Triple H is, just scowling. And then Shawn Michaels just looks like he's like, I'm getting a really big check. I am not going to smile throughout this entire thing. Too sweet man to check the cash. Thank you. And it's like, whew, man, there's going to be 200 years of people in that ring without including the referee. And the match at Super Letdown was slow and prodding and plotting and just... It really wasn't fun to watch. It wasn't a good match. And if this ends it, fantastic. If not, hopefully they start picking up a bunch of people and they make it like a 10-person elimination match. Which then means that maybe The Undertaker and Kane pick up Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, and a 5th person who's supernatural based. Maybe they pick Matt Hardy as well if Matt can still do one more match. They take on the team of Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Finn Balor. I would probably throw in the Good Brothers too, so that they could all two sweet each other in the ring at the same time. And it'd be like Bullet Club. Well, actually, it'd be Balor Club X taking on the Supernatural Conglomerate. And the big main event for Crown Jewel, Beyond the World Cup, which I dig tournaments, but if it's got the word world, it should have people that come from other corners of the world, not different corners of the United States. And the triple threat match between Brock, here's a giant check so you can hop a flight and come across to wherever this event's going to happen. Taking on Braun Strowman, who's been kind of just petering, and Roman Reigns, who's been petering. If this leads to Roman finally getting the big measure of victory over those two, cool. Who he takes on next, I don't know. Almost tired of seeing there being 2 different groups that have all of the men's titles. Because it stagnates the rest of the show. Unless Dean turns. He's probably not going to. Unless he does. So, if you don't like the controversy surrounding Crown Jewel, I will give you some of your options. 1, don't watch it. Don't watch the clips on YouTube. Don't talk about it on social media. Do an entire blackout of it. That's number 1. It's the biggest, basic thing to do. 2, cancel the network. Watch Evolution. Cancel your subscription. Wait until you get into Survivor Series. If you want to watch Survivor Series, go ahead and go for it. Hop back up Survivor Series. Leave for a couple of weeks. Or, if that's the last straw, and you watch Evolution, and you feel like, yeah, this is kind of horrible, jump off the network. Will the event probably still go on? Yes. Can it be adjusted? Probably not. Knowing that there's a lot of finances involved with this, not knowing anything about the contracts, or where it's being at, or tickets have even gone on sale yet. There's a lot of things that as fans, we don't know. And we can speak all we want, but I kind of have a feeling that there's probably been enough contracts, enough money has changed hands, that it would be virtually impossible to probably back out. They change a different location. Maybe. But then they stand a good chance of all the money that they've currently used and cashed, again, could be a legal and financial nightmare. They might just do it anyways. And be like, hey, we can't get out of this. Unless something catastrophic happens, which then they go, this is an out for us. That's really all you can do when it comes to Crown Jewel. You can either skip the event, drop the network, or drop the WWE. And let's be honest, you can pretty much stop watching between now and January and just hop in for the build up from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania, and then hop off again. You really don't miss a tremendous amount.